What is excellence in communication and engagement? What is that?
We can all scan websites, we can all buy from catalogues, we all get that. But to have that transactional conversation with somebody at a big brand, really powerful.
Who invented that? Who would ever imagine maybe that would come into customer service? Look,
because you used to only be able to use one number per phone experience. So I've learned a lot from him. It's more what I've learned from him and how to properly operate a business internally.
all right, we've got George, we've got Seb, but I didn't know if it was Boris Johnson, you know, when you were flashing your hair about
that's the look I'm going for.
That's the look you're going for, is it?
So it's obviously working.
Yeah, it is just working. All right, so I am told this is going to be a masterclass in both communication and in helping 10x what I do with WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, we're hoping to, yeah.
Yeah.
So your business is called Your Business Number. That's a cool name. Who came up with that?
It was the original name from a partner we partnered with here, but me and Seb came up with it and built the website originally. Saw if it would work out. Got a bit of traction, and then we went from there. Really.
Yeah. We tried to focus on something that people search for. Really, it's a bit more of it's a Brunsil.
Your business number, business phone number. So why do you do this? Why do you do it?
So we realised that when Meta, who is Facebook, now known as Meta, were looking at where they were going to take the WhatsApp business, which they bought obviously from the founders, and they realised it was going to probably be an advertising channel. I think their vision for this is that it's going to end up being a search engine. So
WhatsApp is.
Yeah, instead of you typing in John Lewis to buy a shirt on Google, you might as well just type in, as you're already in WhatsApp talking about clothing with your friends.
Wow.
You might be able to just go straight
When's
through.
that coming?
Well, they're beta testing in Brazil, which is their biggest market, transactional in WhatsApp. So we think that's where they're heading. We can't be sure.
Yeah.
But if you can stay in app, the whole point of this is about not leaving the app, right? That's what they get up every day and that's what they're trying to work out is why do people keep leaving WhatsApp and going on to Google, their rival? So if you can keep them in the WhatsApp app, why not just create a functionality to start looking up businesses and transacting with businesses within WhatsApp? So that's why they invented WhatsApp Business, to start to be able to create profiles for businesses.
You see, I've got WhatsApp Business and I've not experienced a huge difference yet.
Do you use our service?
Not yet. Like seriously, after today, I've got it.
We wouldn't have come had we known.
Yeah. So, look, you've got to convert me here. Yeah. I mean, I'm the voice of everybody listening right now. You've got to convert me to this. So, but why do you do all that? Right. So Meta's doing this. And
yes, but there's a key technical point to this. When WhatsApp was invented, they realised that everybody hates usernames and passwords, right? We all remember Skype.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So just a second. Please tell me, for the love of God, I don't have to remember passwords.
No. So the reason why WhatsApp went viral is because suddenly we could create a profile on our phone number, and our phone number is our unique identifier. It's what makes us all unique on WhatsApp is our phone number. So they got rid of, in one fell swoop, they got rid of usernames and passwords. What they also did is got rid of spam, because spammers, it's really easy to create usernames and passwords.
So true.
Twitter profiles. You can't create profiles on WhatsApp because you need to keep buying another phone, right? And that stops spammers, that stops people trying to game it. So if your phone number is your unique identifier, if we're going to start making John Lewis a WhatsApp profile, they're going to need a unique identifier as well. So what happened, and this is George's concept, is overnight...
So you're the inventor here, right?
I wouldn't go that far. So it sort of came from my previous business.
Right.
So we sat down and I'd met Seb, Neighbours Barbecue, who's actually invested in this business.
Yeah.
So then he was coming out what he was doing, I was coming out what I was doing, and I was like, right, we've got all these numbers. WhatsApp Business has just launched. It's obviously owned and the same as WhatsApp, but you need another number to your personal WhatsApp. So normally you have to go get another phone or another contract, which is a hassle. It's also quite expensive having contracts. So we're like, why don't we make a website where instead of an app where obviously we don't have to face such huge app costs, make a website where we can deliver someone a mobile number within a minute to use with WhatsApp Business, so they can use it alongside their personal WhatsApp without another phone.
I mean, when George talked about this with me, it was just immediately an invention of just a totally new system where there was suddenly going to be a requirement for millions of phone numbers, and people aren't going to want to do that on a phone. So it was almost a kind of new industry overnight, in my opinion. I mean, that's what attracted me to it, and that's what attracted early investors to it. George had been working in phone numbers a long time, and it was like, hang on a minute. So you're telling me that everyone's going to need another phone number if they want a business profile, because that's your unique identifier. So overnight there was this requirement, and that's the gap we fill.
And it stops you giving your personal phone number out as well, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. It's also like if you're advertising your business, whether it be on social media, either like on a truck, your car, or just randomly, if it gets in the wrong hands or you get someone pick up on it, which you don't want, then it's a lot harder to replace your personal number. I've had mine for 15 years. I wouldn't want to get rid of it, but if it comes to it, you can easily replace your and you don't mind advertising a bit of a number which isn't as personal to you. So it's good, and always
it's good for giving to reporters. That's hard.
Yeah. Look, I get that. So gone are the days then. So there's no such thing as having two mobile phones anymore.
No.
Last week I did see someone with two mobile phones, and I was thinking, that is such a pain.
Well, it's, just keeping one charged up is enough work, isn't it? But yeah, we should probably, if we're going to do a masterclass, we should be clear about what WhatsApp is and what it isn't. We don't provide you the ability to make an outbound phone call traditionally through the phone network. Right? What we're delivering you is a number connected to your personal number, so that you can receive verification messages and SMS and receive inbound. What you can't do is an outbound, but what you can do is outbound on WhatsApp. So just make that clear in terms of that, that if somebody is sitting there wanting to make an outbound phone call on the network and you wanted a different number, you would have to have a second line.
You would, but this is through...
We're finding that a lot of our customers are principally doing a lot of their business transactional messaging on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And when you say to them, how many voice minutes have you spent this month? It's like single digits. It's like, well, don't pay the £50 a month or whatever it is for this ability to make an outbound call. You can clearly see in your usage that you're not making any. So that's the...
Yeah, I mean, look, most people I know use WhatsApp.
Yeah, so we have the option of people, obviously we can't offer them, say, do you need service for outbound calls and SMS? But no one really chooses that option. So if they buy the WhatsApp number, everyone's in WhatsApp every day. Much more chance of you seeing a message.
So basically, they come to you
and everything.
I come to you, I get a second phone number. It's on my same phone.
Yeah, UK mobile.
Yeah, UK mobile. Do you only cover the UK?
We cover the US as well. We got US numbers.
Okay.
We cover to give out US numbers. We do internationals if you're international, you can sign up and get a UK number. But UK and US the numbers we offer.
Is part of the reason for doing this to help people to switch off?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was one of the biggest things we led with, right, in our messaging to begin with, was turn the noise off. We've got so many amazing case studies, but one of the ones that resonates with me massively was people in the NHS, not being able to switch off after shift patterns.
Yeah.
And, whether the NHS like this or not, they don't like to admit it.
But the NHS all communicate on WhatsApp?
Again, they don't like to admit that.
Wow.
But you can tell, you can see it. We can see it in terms of we've got doctors and nurses. We don't have loads, but that's the one that resonates with me, right? That's somebody who's done a 12-hour shift and wants to go home and sleep through the day, right, and turn off. And if you've been doing all that through your personal phone, and you want to keep looking out for messages from children or whatever, so you want to keep that personal channel open, it's quite nice to turn the work channel off. And what this does is create a Chinese wall in your phone.
And in terms of a bit of educating on the WhatsApp business app, they do have business tools which you won't find in your personal WhatsApp account, which allows you to switch off. You got an away message.
Yeah, I've seen all that.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, I reckon a lot of people listening right now have seen all that. Most people won't be using it.
A lot of people wouldn't be using it. Taken for advantage.
I reckon already it is a hugely untapped service.
No, agreed. And they're working a lot on feature sets. That's one of our focuses. We're nearly up at 10,000 customers now, and we're switching our focus to we need to be the educator of WhatsApp.
I agree.
Because when you get it, that's one thing, but naturally you need to realise all the functionality, the power of it. So we're doing a lot of work now on customer journey, which is like how can we teach people about how to get the most out of it? Because selfishly, it has a direct result on our churn, right? We realise that if people aren't using it to its full capability, there's a higher propensity to churn out from our service.
Of course.
So
how much does it cost to go through your service then?
We charge $5.99 a month.
All right, so it's pocket change, really, isn't it? $5.99 a month. I can have a separate number.
Yeah, compared to getting another phone contract, you do get eSIMs, but that's complex, and that starts at £14.99 a month, £20 a month. So we're considerably cheaper. We're also fast. We're fast. We save the hassle of going through, getting an eSIM, going down the shop, getting another pay-as-you-go SIM or contracts or anything. So it's just convenient and fast.
I think the record on the website is that, we've said this before, it's like 26 seconds or something to get a number.
It's 26 seconds to get a number, all right.
So
try and beat that.
Send
all right.
to your personal number, and also email address.
There'll be some people listening right now that
Try and beat it.
they'll be up for the challenge. So let us know if you beat the 26 seconds.
Maybe we should challenge actually.
Yeah,
if 26 passes is free or something like that.
But
we'll have
if you beat 26 seconds. First month is free. There you go.
Yeah.
I said that. These guys didn't say it, so let's work out if that's true or not. So, look, this is the Business Excellence Podcast. We're all about excellence in business. So, what impact is this going to have on delivering excellent standards in business?
I think there's a few points here. Like one of them, I think, is if you're a one-man band or you've got a small team, like everybody responds to WhatsApps. If you've got a local relationship with people and you want to have transactional messaging with them, let's be honest, we're all sick and tired of email already, right? I remember when we started sending emails, you'd open every email, wouldn't you? Feel like you need to respond to it, even if it was corporate. Like we're all sick of emails now. We're getting 50 a day, 60 a day into my Hotmail, so I'm not looking at my emails anymore. But I do look at WhatsApp. I think the read rate for WhatsApp is almost 100%.
Yeah.
Right. So if you want to get hold of someone, or if you want to give somebody a good service, I think there's a conversation to be had about does it stray onto personal lines with certain people?
Well,
but that's kind of why WhatsApp Business is.
That's 2 lines. I get the numbers. So
yeah, but if you're looking for fantastic open rates, it's
could also be another reason to get WhatsApp Business, to keep it away from your personal.
And again, in terms of
look, everybody's looking for fantastic open rates.
Yeah, well, all I would say, and again, just to provide clarification on that, is it is what is by no means a broadcasting channel. It just isn't, and WhatsApp are pretty hot on that.
Yeah.
So you can't sit here.
Mass
you can't sit here and send 20,000 messages out because you want a good open rate. You're going to get your number banned. So one of our
I've not heard of anyone getting banned yet.
You can get
the commerce policy is quite against mass.
Yeah, I've heard the other social platforms.
Yeah, look, we have customers that we realise aren't using it for the right reasons, and we're swift to get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
So, it's fantastic open rates on a genuine business level. Yeah. Not I'll send out 20,000 WhatsApps. No. But I mean, you'd have to have a big address book. But yeah, that's a key point. I would say open rates. What would you say?
I think organisation, like if you're self-employed freelancers, which in terms of the single purchase, we've got a lot of self-employed freelancers. So say personal trainers, tradesmen, hair and beauty industry. So you have a lot of clients on your phone, and you've got your personal WhatsApp, you've got all your work chats in your personal chats with everything else. It gets a bit confusing.
It does separate.
So you can also not only a work number, but also keeps all your work chats, everything in one place as well. And then so that just improves the work-life balance, which is quite important nowadays. And especially if you utilise business tools in WhatsApp, where you can set away messages, you can have your website, you can have a catalogue of say extensions you've done if you're a tradesman, so you can show that through WhatsApp as well. So it's like your own mini website within the app.
And they're moving that way as well.
Yeah,
I think they're talking about WhatsApp pages. Yeah, they've started using that language. So I think we're heading into a world where
what is WhatsApp page?
Well, it's kind of the first, as I mentioned, of a website, isn't it? I think we're heading there, which is you're going to have a website within WhatsApp. you're going to be able to transact.
And to get your business verified on
Yeah,
WhatsApp.
so like a profile, almost like a landing page or
I
something.
think so. I think that's where we're going. Yeah.
So have all your key business information, maybe some marketing collateral on there.
Yeah.
I think the inbound point as well is important. Like to your point about the away message, there's nothing worse than sitting there having contacted a business and you've only got one blue tick. You haven't got two blue ticks, and you're like, are they there? Are they not there? And I think with WhatsApp Business, with that ability to do FAQs and WhatsApp away messages, you can deal with the customer much better. The other way, when they're coming inbound, there's a much more professional way of dealing with the customer. So
to bring us back into it, where obviously we provide mobile numbers, virtual numbers for WhatsApp Business. But if you go to our site, you also see a lot of blogs from us in terms of how to enable WhatsApp to its best ability, how to make each industry utilise the app better, and just how to get the best out of it. So we do only provide numbers in terms of product, but we offer a lot more as well. A good educational piece as well.
I think one of the things we pride ourselves on as well, we've done a lot of work on commitment to get you verified. Yeah. So again, I don't know what it was like for you to get verified, but that's a big problem for certain people, is actually getting it verified on WhatsApp for various reasons. And it's one of the things we guarantee, we won't stop until you're verified and set up properly. And I think there's a lot of people out there that send you a number and you're kind of left.
Okay, so look, I've made a couple of notes. So open rates are better. You're more organised. All your business conversations are all in one place. Impact on user experience. Let me just mention that actually, because in the past year, twice, I was thinking about this before you came. Twice I've contacted a business, and on their webpage it says contact us via WhatsApp. So I did that, and I got into an instant conversation, and it was the user experience was so good. It was so fast and solid and quick, and it's just like text messaging. It's not like waiting on your computer for a bot to auto reply.
Yeah, customer service wise, it's a very useful tool, and I guess we're very hot on that as well. We'll respond straight away whenever people.
Not only that, I bought from both businesses really fast.
Yeah. Well, and you've got the ability to drop in photos really quickly, and again, back on email again, how difficult still to this day is attach a photo on Hotmail. It's still one of the hardest things to do.
And if you need to send it from a computer, you got
and we're on our phones, aren't we? 90% of the time. I mean, we're a mobile first business, so when we talk about anything we do, we're 90% mobile. Yeah. So if anyone's doing anything,
is WhatsApp the new email?
I mean, it's got to be in this country, hasn't it? We're 40 million users now. WhatsApp population's 65. So we're getting there, aren't we?
I mean, we have a lot of estate agents, and for example, you bought your house on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I did buy my house on WhatsApp. Yeah.
But the estate agent communicate through WhatsApp.
Do you know what I find? And some people don't like this, but it works for me. I'll put two people trying to get an estate agent and a solicitor to talk, without you in the messenger. I'll bang them both in the same group.
How good is groups like that?
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. And so I do that with tradesmen and my wife, and
I think
it's really, people go, "Why have I been put in a group?" And I'm like, "Well, because I don't want to be the messenger between you two, so I'll drop people in a group."
I think that's speed. I think that is speed of communication, because there is something different psychologically to writing and copying someone on an email and replying. It feels a bit more professional, where you got to get everything right. Yeah, on a WhatsApp group, it's just like very conversational, very just text one or two sentences, off you go. It's just speed of communication.
Yeah, I think phone, because we're all mobile first now. I think the ability to drop in files from your phone quicker, again, in terms of customer support. So you wouldn't be surprised, our customer support is on WhatsApp, right? And we say to people, send us a screenshot, tap, send. We instantly can see the problem. How would you do that through email?
Some people, if they have an issue...
have you got guys that are replying to this? Or?
Yeah, we have the customer service line, which is email and WhatsApp, obviously WhatsApp. And then a few people email us, and then so just to make things easier, obviously if they've signed up with us, we've got a number. We'll reach out on WhatsApp just to get it quicker and get everything explained better. So it generally works. Because obviously emails sort of the response is a bit slower.
It is,
whereas even though you're still not anywhere near the person. On WhatsApp, it's just everything's
Well,
so much
they're,
quicker.
they're definitely
There's a
taking you
better
everywhere they go.
understanding, and obviously they appreciate a lot more if you reach out quickly and sort any questions they have.
I think speed of communication, this is the third time it's come up today. I think it solves a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, for bad companies, that's not great. Because you want time. You want an email to sit there for a couple of days, because you know what I mean? But I think if you've got great companies, people do better on WhatsApp.
Great companies will do better on WhatsApp. There you go, you heard it here first. So when you say mobile first, do you mean we look to the mobile first? Is that all you mean by that?
No, it just means that when we look at designs of anything we do, we concentrate 90% of our time on mobile design, about what it looks like on a phone, what's the experience on a phone. We spend 10% of our time looking at what it might look like on a desktop. So we don't waste any time focusing on. A lot of people still, when you tell someone to design you something, a website, anything, they send you a desktop version. But the reality is, customers probably going to be looking at it on their mobile. We look at our statistics on a monthly basis. 90% of our users on our website are on their mobile; they're not on a desktop. So why waste any time looking at? So we don't. So we call ourselves mobile first, and we concentrate on that. And I think with WhatsApp, it's obviously crucial because it is mobile. It is mobile first.
Well, 90% of your customers are on.
Well, because we're in that journey, aren't we? You go to the App Store, you go to Google Play, you download WhatsApp Business, and then what's the first thing you do? Oh, I need another number. So then we know they're on their mobile because they've just downloaded the app. And the requirement of that number is new news to quite a lot of people. I don't think everybody goes into that download.
Well, you've got to switch your other one off.
So then they tend to go onto Google our number for WhatsApp Business or WhatsApp Business number, and then we pretty much own that space, and they come to us, get the number, and they're up and running within a minute, really. So that's how we're in the US as well. We're not any big marketing campaigns. It's just the Google search, and obviously Facebook and Insta as well. Just a few social media, because they're the people who are searching with intent. Then you've got people on Facebook, Insta scrolling, who think, oh, I don't know WhatsApp Business, so this would be good for me, and then go and get it that way.
Do you do much posting yourself on WhatsApp?
I do the marketing. I do the social media channels for us. We've got agencies to reach out in terms of Google Ads and Facebook and Instagram. In terms of our own social network channels, then I'll monitor that.
All right, so that's quite reassuring. So direct conversations with you via social networks.
Yeah. I'll do all the posts and stuff and stick up the posts and try and keep active. I mean, I'm not sure how exciting you can have a tech company be on Insta.
Smile into the camera. Everybody's social interacts with the main man himself.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Well, yeah, hopefully.
There you go.
Yeah,
We're embarrassing him.
Trying to keep it as entertaining as we can, considering we only sell one mobile number.
I was going to say, how sexy can phone numbers be?
Yeah.
Well,
you got people on Instagram flashing everything, getting.
In some ways, it's so simple, isn't it? What you do. We only sell one number. It's clean. We're going to be focused. We're going to be highly driven around that. In some ways, that's a big risk in business.
Yeah, because when we were looking at this, like, we're not the first, second. You won't be surprised to hear we're not the first, second number business out there, right? There's millions of them, and we decided we wanted to be really, really focused. I think I like the simplicity of that because we could. It's quite natural for entrepreneurs to think, all right, well, we've got a decent customer base. Let's try to start selling some other stuff. Let's try and why don't we do the call for you? Why don't we allow you to make calls, or get involved into those other things? But I think we're quite focused on being really, really driven around that simple thing that we do.
I mean, you get a lot of second number apps, which, as Seb said, you can get calls and SMS, and they say, oh, you can get sign up. You get sign up for $7.99. And then you go and buy minutes. You go and buy text, and it can get a bit complex, a bit confusing. So we're like, we've got one price, $5.99. It's cheap. We forward any calls to your personal number. If people don't know it's a WhatsApp number, same as SMS. We take care of that cost. That's free. You're only ever going to be $5.99.
Because other people are selling apps, aren't they?
We're obviously
they've got to jump into another app. Nobody really does that.
And then they've got your thing, and then you get credit because that's what my previous business was. It was that second number app, and it was quite complex. And then we had a monthly, and then you had your minutes, had your text.
How many businesses have you had?
Well, one which is going right so far. I had one music website, and then just the
Yeah, so
phone
with the
number,
app, so
phone
it's
number
technology again. So you're into tech, yeah?
Yeah, so wasn't my original like design idea or anything. I was brought in with a mate, and then it didn't work out for whatever reason. But me and my business partner at the time, who is a business partner in this, we both sat down with Seb. We were like, well, we've got these numbers. He runs his own network, where we get the numbers from. So he's like, well, I can't run this. So you two go, and well, he's like, you find someone to run it with you. So I found Seb, we met. And then this came from that. So that's just how it came about, really. But that's my experience in terms of second number apps and SMS and calls and adding on top and complex and how complicated it is running an app. And so that's why we took everything out and made it so simple, which is what I think people like.
How easy is it to get that button on your website, communicate on WhatsApp? How easy is that for people to get?
It's one line of code. Yeah, it's that long.
But is it expensive to buy? Is it?
No. It's a hyperlink. It's free. We can provide you with the text that you need.
Whoa! You can provide the people listening to this right now with the code that they need for the website to have a WhatsApp link where people can click on, and it'll instantly connect potential new customers with them on there.
Yeah, it's the same piece of code for everyone. You just change the phone number in it.
That is underused. That can make a huge difference in client acquisition, customer acquisition.
Yeah.
I mean, it brings it to a lot of people still not knowing about WhatsApp business. Like a lot of people having these businesses or small businesses, whether it's a few members of staff or not, they're like, it would be a great tool, but obviously I don't want my personal number being attached to the business. So which personal number should we use to do it? Whereas if they had one.
Do you get to choose your own number, or is it auto-generated?
It's auto-generated from...
Because everybody will be choosing 007.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, no, it is auto-generated. I mean, the US, we do a number for every state.
Right.
Because in the US, they're slightly different. Their mobile numbers or their cell numbers are the same as landlines out there.
Right.
So
we've
got an 07, we've got an Orlando.
California, LA is different number to New York's different to Miami, it's different to Orlando.
Right. But the cells look the same as the landlines.
Right, so you don't know who you're getting.
You don't know who you're getting, no. But people are buying from us in the state that they're in.
But you can't call from WhatsApp to a landline, can you? You have to call from WhatsApp to.
I mean, you can have landline numbers in WhatsApp, so you can call through WhatsApp to a landline number.
Can you?
Yeah, doesn't have to be a cell number.
So our office.
Look at us talking cells.
Yeah, our office number, which they contact us on WhatsApp, is a landline number.
Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, 0208.
But we currently only offer mobile numbers. We might branch out, but we don't get too many landline requests.
Well, in the past, it was desirable, wasn't it, to have
localization,
a localized number? But I think it's flipped. I think it's more desirable to have a mobile number because you know you're going to get in touch with someone.
I think it's gone a step beyond that. I don't even think people know each other's numbers anymore.
Oh, no one knows.
I don't know my wife's mobile number, and she, we've been together 20 years. I don't know a number, honestly. I couldn't write it out for you. But we're all talking to each other all day on WhatsApp. You don't look at each other's numbers, do you?
You don't. So that's why. So auto-generating the number makes no difference, does it?
I don't think so. It's a profile that's the most important, I would say. Yeah.
So we can get the plugin on the websites or the code, if you like, to link it up to my phone. How important is that for a business's sales process to have that option so people can communicate via WhatsApp if they prefer?
I think it because we've seen an explosion of chatbots, haven't we, on people's websites? Yeah. The pop-up. Do you want to talk to us? It's always, it all gets
which is auto-generated.
It kind of gets in the way, and actually a lot of that, because you're a one-man band or a small team, all it's really doing is taking your message and generating an email behind it. Yeah. And it's slow. So I think WhatsApp...
Was that more noise than anything? Because it did create quite a lot of hype, but I don't know many people that do it.
I think if you've got somebody there 24/7, it's fantastic. But the reality is a lot of those are pop-ups, trying to get your question out of you, and then that actually turns it into an email and says, we'll be in touch in 24 hours. I mean,
it's just frustrating more than anything else.
It is, yeah.
It seems to pop up at the wrong times as well, is fine. Get in the way, and because we've got to deal with a cookie policy. Again, mobile first. We've got that much room. You've got cookie policy. That's the first thing to get rid of. Then, as you scroll down, then first time offer modal comes up. Then do you want to chat to us?
Yes, true.
You're closing a lot of stuff down. So I think the WhatsApp button in its own place, without getting in the way, would be a better version of a chatbot.
Can we talk about this broadcast thing? Because broadcast lists is there right now, but we've got to beware of spamming, what you said earlier on.
Yeah.
So if I was to go on my phone and send a message to, you can do it to all contacts, yeah? If I do that, am I being flagged behind the scenes to WhatsApp?
I think it depends on sort of...
Not many people using broadcast lists.
No,
right?
not really. I think...
But it's an underused sort of strategy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
But I think with your own
It's-
address book, that's
yeah.
a different animal to what we're talking about. You know, we're talking
Yeah, because I
about...
think they'll sort of recognise who you're from, and also you wouldn't say tone of message, because obviously WhatsApp can't even read your messages, but it's like it's the deliverance on the other end. Like if it's a random number, then it's like, what's this? And then you block the number, then you
can
report it
report
as
it.
spam. So that's sort of how the number gets blocked. So if you're sending
right.
marketing messages
And 50 people
Yeah.
report you.
and I've seen like 2 or 3. If you send like a marketing type message saying, "Oh, this is my business, like come contact me for this," it's alright if you send it to friends and I've just launched a few business. If you're messaging random numbers, they think, "What's this? Like, how have they got my number? I don't want this sort of message." You report and block the number, then that's how it will get through on the other end.
But nonetheless, right, for stuff that the audience on your list know you, they like you, they trust you, that is a really neat way of just
Yeah, isn't it?
communicating
Yeah.
with everyone that you know that's important on that list
Yeah.
in one swoop.
Yeah. So when we tested this for a few months before we launched it, and we had a site, so it's a lot different to what it does now. So I broadcasted it to my contacts, and I was like, I've been working on this, check it out, like give a brief thing. But obviously because it's not a mass market, it's a broadcast like people would do for mass market messaging, but because it's to my contacts rather than to random numbers, it didn't get flagged up or as spam, whereas it depends on the context and who you send it to. So that's just an example of broadcast lists and mass messaging lists. And
I think
stuff.
like any algorithm, we don't know this because it's difficult, it's meta, they don't give a lot away, but I would imagine we're all scored to a certain degree around our behaviour and what we do with the number, and if you fall below that score, whatever that might be, and how they're doing it, we are seeing that. We are seeing them getting rid of.
It's also how old the number is. So if they've just signed up and they're sending out a load of outbound messages saying about this is my business here, then it's going to flag up and like, oh, they've just got this number to...
I think we've done some work around you getting some inbound first.
Yeah.
And
So
like,
try and get people to
seeing
message
some
you
transactional
first.
stuff going through before then broadcasting. And
Because obviously-
People are going to have to go through a transition from, I'm going to have to get a new number here. So they're going to have the personal, even though they've been giving the personal number out for a long time, is there a mind shift to happen?
it's a migration, definitely. So you've got to go through your personal WhatsApp and go, what's business and what's personal,
Right.
and migrate.
Is that an hour? 2 hours?
So it depends, doesn't it? Everyone's
It
different.
depends, I guess it depends how active you are. If you've got a load of groups or you message them a lot, I guess you can put in the group, you copy a new business number link into the group, say this is my new business number, can you message me on this, and they'll move it across. If you're messaging people all the time, I guess it will take a while to sort of migrate everything. So you might have older customers from a year or 6 months ago who wouldn't know, or unless you just told them, or forget and say, oh, by the way, this is my new business number. So it's easy enough to send over.
I've got mine split out. Have you?
Yeah, I've got
I mean,
mine
I
split.
would say, migration a couple of hours, but now I'm very much like, I give out my work number for work and personal for personal.
What impact has that had on you?
Yeah, huge. When you go away and you can switch it off and you can turn your away message on and you know people are going to be responded to. No, it's massive. It's massive. And I wouldn't even say we're the user case. Not necessarily. I think the people that are on the front line a lot more, I would say that impact is huge. But I mean, it's great to give out a work number.
Yeah. So I guess in terms of the B2B, we've got a lot of estate agents, recruitment. So you've got your self-employed on that end, but then in the businesses time, you've got them who are dealing with clients every day, different clients who want to go to viewings or want to get jobs if you're in the recruitment industry where you're giving out the number, you're talking to people over WhatsApp. So it's easier to give them a work number and have all of those chats in one place under a separate number where you're not giving them your personal number as well. So we found that worked for us quite well.
Yeah, we've got deals with biggest agency groups that are buying them from us for their client as a perk.
And providing all their stuff.
Sorry, not the client, their employee.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which is pretty interesting, isn't it? Because it's like, well,
everyone gets a work number.
Everyone gets a work number, and because you're transacting on, if you're in recruitment, you're on WhatsApp pretty much 24/7.
And also because the company provides the number, they own the number. So if this agent leaves, then you take the number back off them. So any housing deals,
to another employee.
That's massive.
Any housing deals
that's
or
massive.
rentals, then if someone leaves, then they don't take that
Ownership
with
of
them.
data and history.
So you take it back and then say if the deal was going through, the next person can come up and pick up that same deal.
Yeah.
So you've not lost the.
Is
the
the storage
relationship.
dependent on the phone that it's on?
Yeah,
Sort of. Well,
the history is more of a policy piece for the business. So
yeah.
make sure.
I mean, anyone in the office could pick it up if someone left, but you've got
Because it's on your server.
You've taken the numbers.
It's on your phone.
It is, but
So if you back up, you do a backup. If the internal company policy is we need your backups every month, then that's the internal process.
right, okay. So we do a backup every
you do
month.
a backup every month and you send them over.
Can
to
that be
us.
automatic? Is it,
Not at this stage. But again, I think it's very early days for WhatsApp business. I think we think it's something like if you've got 100 people in a room, we still think single digits people have heard of WhatsApp business.
What is, because look, we're talking about two things here. We're talking about communication and engagement. Yeah? What is excellence in communication and engagement? What is that?
I think you've touched on it, haven't you? Speed is huge.
Yeah. What else? I mean, why is speed so important?
Oh, just because of the way people are nowadays. You know,
That's what they want. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Because of fun, skimming.
I always use the John Lewis example. I should get another example. But for me, it's kind of like a headline brand that you wouldn't imagine one day would talk to you on WhatsApp. And that's kind of why I like the example. But it's hard to speak to somebody at John Lewis virtually, isn't it? You know, I want to speak to somebody about the size of shirt. Do they do it in that size? We can all scan websites. We can all buy from catalogues. We all get that. But to have that transactional conversation with somebody at a big brand is really, really powerful. So I think excellence there. I think that's just for me, it will change John Lewis's business overnight. If we could suddenly talk to a brand like that over WhatsApp, you know, because that's the sort of brand for me that prided themselves. I don't know if they still do, but going into the store and the guys who worked there knew what they were talking about and their level of service was excellent.
Yep.
And still is, I think, right? Their website, you can't speak to anyone. So for me, that has to shift. You have to have excellent people on the other side of a WhatsApp.
I think conversationalists as well. The thing that's springing out in my mind, I'm thinking as you were saying there, it was gone are the days on email. You remember best regards, warmest regards. What is that?
Yeah.
Why? Who invented that? Who would ever imagine? You know, saying bye to someone and saying best regards and shaking the hand. It just wouldn't happen, would it?
Yeah, it's a bit more
You
conversation.
don't do that on a WhatsApp, but people still to this day finish an email like people that you would not look at them and imagine that they would ever write warmest regards on the bottom of the email. But
It's funny, isn't it?
it's trans language. It's just nonsensical,
Yeah.
and you don't get that on WhatsApp. It's simple. It's short. It's concise, and it's conversational. And like I just put thumbs up like this, or well done, smile face, or okay.
Okay, emoticons. Yeah, you're into your
But
emoticons.
Well, it's a lot more
It's
realistic.
minimal,
than trying
isn't
to
it?
be
It's
personal.
minimal.
It's got more character, I think, isn't it? Someone
Yeah.
when you say well done, or we do a lot.
It's
Of,
just a
we
more
do a lot
personal effect. I
of
think.
WhatsApp it, high five you.
Yeah.
We do a bit of that, don't we? Fist pumps.
Is that part of excellence in communication on WhatsApp? Short and sweet, being concise and articulate.
Yep. I think
I
it's
guess everyone prefers getting straight to the point, whereas with WhatsApp you can do that and people sort of appreciate. Whereas in an email,
It might be
you can't just be
long-winded.
like or like
Yeah, but
sounds
no,
good
no,
or do it this way. Whereas if that could be like blunt or rude in an email, whereas people would be like short, quick, easy.
Yeah.
and effective.
They might be
in
blunt
WhatsApp.
still, not good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark
Yeah.
versus a long email. No one likes reading long-winded emails.
It's being able to one day, and I think that's where we're heading, to drop then a transactional link to then buy. That's a great experience. To be in a message and go, oh, so you do it in that size. And they go, yeah, well, tell me your address. And they go, well, would you click on this link and pay? I've not had to leave that chat, have I? I've not had to go in and then go, oh, all right. Sorry, I keep using the John Lewis expression.
Yeah, frictionless buying.
Yeah, it's so frictionless.
Tell you what's just occurred, if you go to like Aston Martin or very posh end cars, Rolls Royce or anything like that, you go have a look, and the next day they send you a personalised video message. And they show you the car and.
Oh yeah, I forgot Mercedes, and they did a MOT with it, and they were showing me on the video. And the video thing.
You're joking.
Great. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
Didn't have a clue what was going on.
Maybe
It's like a child, like they're giving you a video.
maybe that will come into customer service.
Yeah.
Look,
I guess it's all
George,
trying to
I'm really
improve
sorry
the
that
customer service.
you've done this. I want to help you fix it. This is me. I'm John.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of this phone, and my name's James. But I'm James. I'm at the end of I don't know why I said John, but I'm James. I'm at the end of the phone. Anything that you ask me, no problem. It's too small or too big. I'm here to help serve you. Just let me know what you want. Imagine that because you can do that on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You can't do that on the website.
Yeah, no, you could switch to video call, like you say. Absolutely.
Well, that's a video message I was talking about. You're talking video call.
Well, you could do.
Let's fix it now for you.
Yeah.
Seb, you look a bit frustrated with you. Let's fix it now. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
How's that?
Well, as I say, that
Oh,
it's going to be amazing for good businesses and a nightmare for bad businesses, isn't it?
but that's excellence in communication in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm answering your question here.
Yeah.
All right. So, where do we go from this? What's the first step for people that are listening to this that want to move business forward on WhatsApp? What is it? What's the next step?
You go
Download the app.
Download the app. It's free. Yeah, it's provided by Meta. They're obviously a fantastic company. They're building a great tool, and they're continuing to bring out new features. We've just heard about WhatsApp Companion, which is something they're bringing
Is
out.
there a stage before that though? Is to decide what you want. What's most important to you? What the important questions that we ask the audience right now?
Splitting that work and personal, I think, is pretty crucial.
How do you want to split it?
How do you want to split it? How do you want to speak to customers? How do you want them to speak to you?
You still want to stay into WhatsApp.
You want a level of
everyone else is in WhatsApp. You don't want to get someone else, get another tool other than WhatsApp.
Another one as well. I mean, we don't really talk about this, but one of the big ones for some of our bigger partners, which are buying hundreds of numbers, it's been a cost exercise. They've got rid of 50 mobile phones.
Yeah, game changer.
It's a game changer.
Right.
So there'll be some of your people watching this who are going, I tell you what, I look at my usage. Let's look at the usage of my employees, and let's look at the dialing minutes used last month. And if that is nothing, then
Is the call recording features available on it?
I've seen.
No, it's only through the WhatsApp calling and.
Yeah, because there's all the history that's saved in communications, isn't there? But
Yeah.
I just don't know if there's call recording. Yeah,
There's no voicemail as well, which seems quite strange. Can't
Yeah.
leave voicemails through WhatsApp calls.
that's not a bad thing.
I mean, yes, I can't remember the last time I actually listened to any voicemails.
Well,
or left
exactly,
one.
exactly.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
that's
that.
been
Do you
left
have
behind
that?
as well.
I don't have a voicemail.
A lot of
I
people,
think so,
a lot of
yeah. I
people,
don't
have,
listen
that friends I know, they've got like 50 voicemails. They've not even listened.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe they don't deliver it.
I've never had one.
There you go.
I've never left one.
So,
Or listen to one.
fixing a problem that we don't need to fix with that one. Now, one thing that could be, we just talked about cost being game changer, but this, I've heard this, but I've not seen it yet. WhatsApp communities. Right, so WhatsApp community is a community platform, almost like Slack.
Okay.
Is that coming out?
No.
No, I've not heard. I'm about
I
to say
think the
that's
most,
out of my
the
excellence.
most recent one I think they've launched is WhatsApp Companion, where you can have the same number on a couple of devices. So if you're in a restaurant and there's a member of staff doing the bookings, 4 staff members can have access to the account to take the bookings.
Do you
For an
do you cover
example.
that on yours? Then?
Yeah, we cover it.
started to.
Yeah, well, we obviously provide the numbers for it. It's only recently come out, so we'll be putting more information on our website to help people use the app a bit further, because they used to only be able to use one number per phone, but then if you wanted to split it, you can have up to 4 devices on WhatsApp web. So only if you use a desktop. So if you're in an office, computers can log into the same number, but now they bring it so the other phones can log into the same number. Which
It's
is
pretty
handy.
good for a small team.
Yeah, if you're a small team, little
3 of you or
family
whatever.
business, like we've got most recently, window cleaner family all have the window cleaning business number now active in their phones.
How many devices is that across?
I think it's the dad and 2 sons.
Is it?
So that's quite cool.
It's a great story.
Yeah, it's nice. So there's lots of different use cases and lots of different uses. So it's,
Yeah.
What's been your biggest learning since you've set this business up? Question to you both. What have you learned the most since you've set this business up?
for me personally, it's like properly making a business and like making a business what it is. So I've obviously had businesses in the past, but it's been nothing compared to what I've done with this business, which is mainly due to learning from Seb and obviously his tech experience and just experience. So I've learned a lot from him. It's more what I've learned from him and how to properly operate a business in terms of like tracking everything, knowing all the numbers and everything. Whereas
do you make sure everything's tracked? Everything visible?
Everything.
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, from learning from other businesses in the past.
Right, yeah, I mean that's
So
that's
I've
the challenge.
just learned from that from my I was like, whoa. Comparing this business to my last, I was like, jeez.
Yeah, we're quite numbers driven,
Yeah.
quite analytical.
Your second one's better than your first one. Your third one's
Yeah,
sensible better than
yeah.
your second. What's been your biggest learning?
I think the simplicity of the business for me is just
It is very focused.
it's very focused, and I get up some days and go in the office and think, right, let's do something like this or do.
Are
constantly
you all in the same office?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, but re-educating myself that simple is good here. We're winning because we're simple. I would have gone like this a bit and done a few
That's
more
a
different
really good
things.
point.
And if you go online, once you download the WhatsApp business app and you search for another number, I mean George has already said it, but like we own that real estate in terms of.
How did you
delivering
achieve
that
that?
number.
How did you come to own that real estate?
I think because we know what you talk about, excellence in WhatsApp. I think we've led there.
Innovate.
Yeah. We focused
Communicated it. Yeah, if you look at our blogs,
We focused a lot on just WhatsApp and second number for WhatsApp, whereas if you do second mobile number without the WhatsApp, you'll get all the second number apps where they'll pay for whatever traffic that is, whereas we just on the WhatsApp traffic and we dominate that.
yeah, for me, I think that would be great learning. There's a need sometimes to be complicated, and there's I'm involved in other things as we all are, and they have different requirements, but this is quite a beautiful business in that sense.
It is.
Because they're just kind of thinking, well, hang on a minute, this is, we do something very, very well, let's just stick with it, and I like that simplicity.
If you could
We're
go back
enjoying that.
and do it again, what would you do different? Start it right again.
I don't think I'd change much.
No, I don't. No, I think. Well, touch wood, it's all gone quite well so far.
We funded it slowly, I would say.
I think we started slowly because obviously we self-funded it. We were not sure how it was going to go or how. But then also, I think if we went too big at the start, or even went too big now, then we wouldn't have got anywhere because WhatsApp business wasn't known or it was just coming out. So we're sort of going along with the wave, and I think if WhatsApp business becomes big, then we've already established our place to know that we're the people to go to get a number for WhatsApp.
Well, it's getting bigger.
Yeah.
There's 45 million users in the UK.
Is WhatsApp so personal?
Yeah, I mean,
But we
like
don't-
my kids haven't even got mobile. I've got twins at 7 and a 5-year-old. They don't have a mobile number. There's a lot of children that don't have mobile numbers yet.
Yeah, it's the businesses that haven't got WhatsApp business yet.
Yeah,
that's the bit
Well,
we're
that's
interested
the
in.
challenge. That's the
Yeah.
big.
But I think if you want to transact with a pool of consumers, there's not a better place, is there?
No.
If I was going to start on my own doing something today, I would build a business on WhatsApp.
Why should all businesses move to that right now? I mean, what's the immediate
Well, you know everybody's on it for a start.
Yeah.
It's pretty useful to know, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, there's
You know, if you
probably
send a
3 to
WhatsApp,
4 million active businesses in the UK.
yeah, and 45 million consumers on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
So it's
everyone's covered out.
Everyone's covered, yeah. So if you build a business on WhatsApp, I'm sure that people are building businesses on WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Surely-
communication channel that's simple, easy, effective, quick, that gets to the masses and allows communication.
Yeah, and I think if they move into this websites piece, which again is an unknown, but if we head in there and then we can start to transact in there, then that's going to be a game changer.
Well, I'm telling you, I've bought from 2 people on WhatsApp in the last year, but they're the only 2 people that I've seen that on.
Did they send you a payment link and then you left the app and...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
But that's going to change where you can do it in the app.
Right.
So they're going to send you a WhatsApp link
Yeah.
and you're going to probably lodge your card details within WhatsApp and you can
And it's
transact
done
one
like
click.
Apple Pay.
Yeah.
Because they're giving
I
all
would
the
think
business
so.
to Google at the
We
minute.
we don't know that, but you've
Yeah.
got to assume that's where we're heading.
What impact is AI going to have on any of this? Do we know any of that?
I don't know. I think
You could
tricky
probably
one.
attach it in terms of it being an inbound customer service line.
Yeah,
You
maybe
could
in
probably
terms
attach
of,
a bit of AI to it in terms of dealing with it.
yeah.
Let's say we're AI skeptical, but we're just a bit like used in certain areas and not. You know, we do a lot of blog stuff. We do a lot of content around tools on WhatsApp, and we're very much sticking with people. Yeah, we've not.
Empowerment of people.
We just not. Yeah, I think there are certain areas where AI is fantastic, but there's areas where it's just not better. It's just not better. So yeah, I think you could attach it to WhatsApp potentially to do some of your messaging, but it's tricky, isn't it? Not sure we're there yet.
No, we're probably not. We're probably not. I've got some quick fire questions for you both of you.
Yep.
So what's your favourite book that you've ever read? Sam
I
first.
haven't read many. God, good question. I always read one on holiday.
And I'm thinking to
Probably-
do with personal growth or business growth, but you can go with an old one.
Yeah, there's one I'm trying to call. What was it called? It's called Traction.
Oh yeah, Gino Wickman.
Yeah.
Great. It's a great book.
And
Good
I
knowledge.
I have to say that our strategy for YBN is built on that book.
There you go.
Really?
I'm glad that you kept us in suspense whilst doing it. It's a really good book. It's a really good book on business growth.
You can say, I haven't read any.
Book reading skills are limited.
Well, I'm going to say, on a personal level, I can't, I just
No.
do.
Go on then. What do you reckon?
Digital age, he's a young man, he doesn't
Yeah,
read.
All right,
not
so
really-
let's change the book. Who have you learned from the most?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're a big
So
podcast- you're a big
I
podcast
listen
guy,
to a
aren't you?
few podcasts, but it's more like the guests on the podcast than the.
Which
So
would
I've listened to a lot of Diary of the CEO, just
Yeah.
business people he gets on there.
Any standouts?
Nick Jenkins, the Moonpig guy, I liked his one because he said, I listened to this at the time when we were launching ours, and he was saying, well, when you're launching something, put a little bit in here, a little bit in here, marketing wise, and a little bit in here, and see which ones go big, or see which ones work, and then go bigger on those, rather than there's a lot of people who go big in every way, and then they don't work, so then they've just wasted that money there. And then so I was like, that's what we're doing. But
That's not dissimilar to Traction, is it?
No.
But then we didn't do that because we had a load of money. We didn't have the money to do it with. But we were like thinking, yes, I'm on that right path there. So yeah, that stood out for me.
And look, it's a relevant point. Podcasts are a great source of learning.
Yeah.
What's your favourite movie?
This is probably a childish answer, but Wolf of Wall Street for me.
Oh,
But then-
you are the
but then-
second person.
But
to say
then
that.
number
Really?
two.
Wow.
Yeah, but then I think my favourite one, which was before, I think Inception.
That's also
Leo as well,
Leo.
yeah.
He's the best actor in the
Yeah.
world, isn't he?
Has to be, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
he's a-
Has to
It's
be.
just
voice.
his passion.
Yeah.
Whoa. What about your favourite movie?
Controversial, I'd say Life of Brian for me.
Right. Why did
Yes.
you choose that?
That's a
It's
great
just
one.
hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah,
great
it's good.
film. I love those guys. Yeah, I always watch that if I'm on my own.
What's your favourite holiday destination?
Cool.
don't know. I think probably Barbados for me. I've been going there since I was a kid, fortunately enough. So probably go for that one.
How many times have you been?
Wow. 30 or 35.
That can't be beaten, that can
Probably 40 times.
Amalfi Coast.
Oh, Italy. Italy's beautiful, isn't it? Barbados and Italy, alright. So, right, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Some answers you can't say publicly, aren't there? Superpower, cool. I mean, hindsight's pretty good, isn't it?
Hindsight, yeah. Predicting the future.
Hindsight be unbelievable.
Predicting the future. That's the ability to see the future, really, hindsight.
It kind of is, isn't it? But just that.
Yeah, George, you're not getting out of this yet. Seb's claimed that one, alright?
Yeah. Just knowing what you could have known when you were
When you needed
19.
to know it.
Oh man, I'm relating this to business. Some things that you learn along the way that you're criminal. Hindsight. Yeah.
George?
Well, I don't know. Hindsight's a good one for betting purposes.
Yeah.
Any superpower you want?
I don't know. Reading minds would be quite a good one, I think.
Yeah. Knowing what someone's thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for
That'd be a
sales.
good one. Yeah.
Yeah, great for sales. Early bird or night owl?
Oh, early bird, 100%.
How early?
Up pretty early. 6, I would say.
I used to be definite night owl. I'm still, but more. I used to, if I'd work to do, I'd do it in the evenings and then go to bed when it's done. Whereas now I'm more switching. But
Yeah.
I think if I get my working hours wish, we'd be done at like 3.
Yeah, I guess. In that term, I'd rather do.
So well at like 8, 9 in the morning, and then just
Yeah.
goes off like a huge tail at beyond 3.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But yeah, I more go to bed a bit late. I used to be anyway.
Do you?
Now I'm switching a little bit.
Right, you're allowed to live a day in someone else's life. Who do you choose? Anyone you want on the planet.
Great questions.
David Beckham.
Why do you choose David Beckham? Because he's cool?
I'm a Man
Style?
United fan.
You're a who fan?
Man United fan.
You're a Man United
I
fan?
don't know.
I was going to ask you that
Yeah.
question. But I was going to save that to last, but you brought it
Yeah.
up now. So
Scandalous, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scandalous.
Well, kind of is, yeah.
Of all the teams, Leicester,
Yeah.
Tottenham.
Went against the grain.
Yeah. Well, what does your dad say about you being a Man United fan? Is he happy with that?
He didn't like it at the start, and I think that's what made me stick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I was like at school when I was like 4 or 5 or so. I didn't really understand anything. So the people always called me a glory sport. It's not actually because of that. He was like, "Oh, who do you?" My friend at school was like, "Who do you support?" I was like, "No one." He's like, "I support Man United. You should as well." So I was like, "All right, fine." So I went home and I was like to my dad, like, "Oh, I support Man United." I was like, "No, you don't." And I was like, "I definitely do."
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
what you said?
Yeah.
What was it like at school then, growing up with Gary Lineker as your dad?
I don't know, because I guess a lot of my, I say a lot of my school, I guess up to 7 to 8, so, or, I guess we're talking after that, but at the beginning, early days, you don't even know yourself, and then all the kids don't really realise, so I guess it was changing.
That's a nice perspective.
Yeah.
About that, I mean.
And then, but I guess from changing from that school to another school is where you start to realise, and then, I don't know, I can't complain. It's annoying when I'm playing football.
You
I'm
know
shit
what?
at football, and everyone thinks, "Oh, I thought it'd be better than that."
I'll tell you
I'm
what.
better at
Max is
football.
laughing.
Yeah.
But it's pretty impressive, isn't it? Like, never got a yellow card.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Good temperament.
Never
Unbelievable.
tackled anyone.
Gary's got great
Never
temperament.
tackle anyone.
I mean, you've got a great temperament.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Gary's got
I'm
great
pretty laid
temperament.
back.
I think
I'm
that's
quite similar to him.
That's really,
Professional.
really similar. Personality, great. Yeah, very good temperament. You don't get too stressed out, do you?
Right.
No, I'm not really. I'm pretty laid back.
So-
Too laid back, a lot of people.
So you choose David Beckham and your team's Man United. So
Oh,
who
I
would you
wasn't
choose
thinking, I
and
wasn't
who would
thinking.
you choose and who's your team?
I'm not really a huge football fan, I'll be honest. But I'll go with Ipswich Town. My mum and dad were at the
George
FA
Burley.
FA Cup final when we beat Arsenal 2-1. So I'd have to say that.
Is that where you're from, Ipswich?
I went to school there, yeah. Yeah, I'm an Essex boy, but yeah, I went to school there. Tractor Boys. Day in the life. You'd have to go for Elon Musk at the moment, probably.
Yeah.
Just
that'd be
like what's
quite
going
neat.
through his head at the moment. You know, being a CEO of 5 outstanding businesses.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's putting it in the universe.
He's certainly making a mark. Yeah. Got to be a good one to go for.
Right.
Yeah, that's smart.
Who've been the 3 biggest trusted advisors in your life? Who's helped you most? Seth. You guys are funny, man. You're like this. Oh God.
Yeah. Are we supposed to take it this seriously? Probably
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Are we?
yeah,
All right,
keep
keep
I
going.
like it,
Okay.
but we never have like questions asked at us.
No,
come on
I quite
then.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Come on then. Who's helped you
Obviously,
most?
my dad.
What have you got? What did you get from Gary Lineker?
A lot.
Come on.
No, I'm
what
joking.
was the
he
biggest
just
thing?
supports what I do. He's supports this. He's supported my previous business, which didn't work out. So that's why I was like, I don't want you to invest in this one.
Yeah.
But which he has done, which is good. Obviously, I get a lot of people being like, "Oh, you just live off your dad, etc."
How do you deal with it?
You're always going to get it on you. Whose parents wouldn't support them if they were in a good position?
Of course.
So I just take advantage of it. Really, I sort of thrive with the people who give me stick like that.
Good.
Who's another one? I think I've learned a lot from Seb in this business as well.
There you go. You're one of his trusted advisors.
Yeah, there you go.
Mr. Lineker himself.
Yeah. So I think I originally brought him the idea, but we wouldn't be anywhere near
Yeah.
to where we are now without him, the team he's brought in. And then I don't know. I wouldn't say. I don't know. I don't know about the third. My mum's always supported anything I do, but I guess.
What did you get?
that's
So you got
parents,
support
aren't
from
they?
your dad, support investment from your dad. What do you get from your mum?
I don't know. You do, I guess parents just support everything you do anyway. So I don't. But I've not really sort of worked with other people in terms of trusted advisors in that way. So I think that's who I've got to go for.
And they said,
Yeah, notwithstanding parents, because they're massive, aren't they?
Yeah.
My stepdad was brilliant. Sort of came in at a young age. Was brilliant. Northern chap from Bolton, and just properly brought me up. He was great. But yeah, I think advisors sort of in business life, I would say. I've got a boss who gave me my first job in the city when I was 17. Interviewed me in a pub. He was amazing for my first sort of 5 years in the city. A guy called Joe Phillips taught me a hell of a lot. Friend's father, John Hale, who introduced me to the city, saw I think something in me and introduced me to the right people. And then I think with this business, our first 2 investors, a guy called Andrew Honeyman, who's a well-known sort of JP Morgan ex M&A banker. He's brilliant, isn't he? And Ed Woodward, the ex-Man U chief exec, who's one of our first investors, giant supporter of us.
Well,
He's great.
How I know you?
Yeah, that was his barbecue. Yeah, that's how we met. Yeah, so he's been great and just hugely supportive, very commercially savvy.
Yep.
He's, for George and I to have board meetings with guys like that, it's pretty special every month.
yeah, it is. All right. So if there's one thing that the listeners should do after listening to this, what do you reckon the first thing should be?
Go to yourbusinessnumber.com. Put their number in and get their business number.
And socialise with George Lineker and all of the social.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a chat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're going to regret saying
I
that.
know.
I'm free social.
Get
No,
Matt to
definitely.
take over.
It's all right. It'll be a first world problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Get inundated.
Yeah, I think you've got to check out WhatsApp Business. Yeah, if you're the audience is mostly business owners. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
business owners, business leaders, personal development junkies.
Yeah, you've got to check it out. You've got to check out WhatsApp Business.
Yeah.
If you download that, there's only one place to come for the numbers anyway. So I'm relaxed about that. It's if you check out WhatsApp Business, you'll end up getting a number through us.
You know what? I've got 2 favourite things about this podcast. Number one, I like that line that he said, simple is good. We're winning because we're simple. It's a really cool line. But I'll tell you what my favourite thing has been just one topic. It's just been WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I was slightly worried when you
When
said,
it's an hour, it's not.
Yeah, it's just
how much
just
can we
that.
talk about it?
Yeah.
So there you go. What's been your favourite part of the conversation?
You're very good. It's relaxing, a relaxing way. It's just sounded. It's been like a chat, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't really noticed all this has been going on. You know,
Plenty of cameras around us
you've
right now.
obviously done this a few times before.
No, it's been good. I think I was struggling about how we could get to the hour talking about the only one product we sell, but no, it's been good. It's been as you said, relaxed. So happy days.
Well, thank you very much, George.
No worries.
Thank you very much, Seb. See you next time.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There we go.